Here are 5 family-friendly breakfast recipes you can make this fall, and one snack idea that is just so easy and so delicious. Is everyone enjoying this perfect fall weather as much as I am? We are here in Nevada. We only get a small short window when the weathers are just like perfect. It's not too hot, not too cold. Majority of the time it's either summer or winter. We always joke and say that our Nevada weathers are like there's only 2 seasons. Now these recipes that we made are perfect for the kids. They are perfect for adults too. I indulged in a few of these items myself because they were just so delicious. So we're going to show you 5 breakfast recipes, very easy, very simple recipes, very warming and soothing and delicious recipes, as well as one snack for the kiddos. Let's start with the easiest one. It is homemade granola. If you guys have some oatmeal and spices, some oil, and maybe some agave or some coconut sugar, you can make this. It is the simplest thing to have on hand. You just put everything into a bowl, mix it up, bake it, and have it in a Tupperware, and it's ready for your kids to enjoy with some fruit, maybe some milk, and that is breakfast. So into a bowl we have rolled oats. You can make this gluten-free just by getting gluten-free oats, and you are going to add any seasonings you would like. We started with some fall seasonings, of course, ginger powder, cloves, some nutmeg, cinnamon, pumpkin pie spice, anything that you have on hand. We also added flax seeds, some grapeseed oil, some coconut sugar, and of course some warm vanilla. This is what it looks like once everything is combined into the bowl, and we are just going to bake this in the oven. We have our baking sheet lined with parchment paper. We just don't want anything to stick, especially when you have something to sweeten it, such as our coconut sugar. We're going to put it in the oven at 375 degrees for about 10 minutes. After the 10 minutes, we took it out and we stirred it a little bit and we popped it back in for another 2 to 3 minutes. You can really toast these as long as you like. Just be careful, it can burn really fast, and we just have it in an airtight container. On to the second breakfast. This is one of my favorites by far out of the 5. I found this recipe by The Conscientious Eater. She is also on YouTube. I will have her linked down below. This is called the Brownie Batter Baked Oatmeal. On this early morning, I got up, got into the kitchen, and preheated the oven to 350 degrees. I then laid out all of my ingredients that I needed. I started with a flax egg. Now we doubled the recipe because we are a larger family, and so I am starting with my flax egg. Then I have all of my really ripe bananas, and I mash that into a mixing bowl. This is the cocoa powder that we use. We get it off of Walmart. It's very good. And I combined all of these ingredients as well as some coconut sugar and some tahini. Just as I was measuring the tahini, I ran out very last minute, but that's okay. I use what we got. Now, most of the time when we cook, you'll see even for baking, I seldom measure anything, but for this recipe, I really wanted to follow her recipe and try it out. Don't you just want to eat this batter? I mean, look at that. Then I added some salt and some cinnamon and some homemade hemp milk. Now when I measured our hemp milk, I also ran out at the very last minute, so I just added a little bit of water. Now the original recipe calls for oats. I decided I wanted to use some spelt. This is rolled spelt, and it cooks exactly the same as oatmeal. I brushed my casserole dish with some grapeseed oil, and I'm just going to pour in all of that chocolatey goodness in a batter. Now because I doubled this recipe, it was a little full, so I decided to just bake it onto a parchment-lined baking sheet for 31 minutes. And this is fresh out of the oven. Look at that. I mean, can you complain? It's chocolate. It's kind of like a brownie with oatmeal. It's just beautiful. The recipe says to serve warm, so that is what I did. I served it kind of hot actually because I was so excited. This is what it looks like. How delicious. I topped this with a little bit of sunflower seeds and a drizzle of peanut butter. And here is the bowl. Now I've been really craving chocolate, so I'm just gonna have a little bit of a taste here. Look at that ooey gooey brownie batter. That is so warm. It's so comforting. The kids are gonna love it. It's not overly sweet at all. You can add really whatever you want. You can add sliced bananas, you can put chocolate chips, you could put strawberries, raspberries. I think that'll be really good. That is so good.
It's super good, Mama.
Good. The next thing for breakfast is our apple pie pancakes. We first started off making this apple pie filling that we're actually going to top our pancakes with, as well as put it into the pancakes as a filling. I chopped 3 apples. We used Honeycrisp apples, that's the best apples, and about a cup of water with some cinnamon, ginger powder, some cloves, and some coconut sugar. We put that on about a medium-high heat and just started cooking the apples down. You're going to want to stir this every now and then just to make sure nothing sticks. Then after a few minutes of it boiling, this is what it looks like. And I just took a masher to mash down the apples, making it a little bit thicker and smaller chunks of apple. You can see that the sauce has condensed a little bit and is a little bit more saucy. I added some vanilla to it as well and just kept boiling it until the consistency looks like this. The apples are nice and soft. There is no more liquid. This was perfect. All right, on to the pancakes. I am making an oatmeal and banana pancake. I am just adding 4 bananas, 2 cups of oats. We just put it all into the blender, just like this. I added a little bit of coconut sugar and some leftover coconut milk that I had. It's about a cup here. And I am going to close it up and blend it. After it's been blended, I added about 1/3 of the apple pie filling into the pancake batter, just like so, and I mixed it up before I cooked it onto a griddle. As a family of 5 kids, this griddle really came in handy. We make so many pancakes all at once, and it just saves so much time. Time to flip the pancakes, and this is what it looks like. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That golden brown that you're looking for on every pancake. Of course, I always have my assistants to help me. This is Isaiah. He is flipping his first pancake, and he gave me the look because he overlapped the pancake, but that is okay. We're just gonna fix it and cook it some more. On to the next one. Perfect, he nailed it. He is learning to make sure all of the pancakes are cooked, and it is time to put it on a plate. We really treasure these moments, especially when the kids want to help to cook. They all just kind of gather around as we cook breakfast. Sometimes the kids help us with lunch, and it's just a great way for them to learn, as well as just being able to be a part of this family and having fun as a family, a bit of bonding time. Now I'm just using the rest of that apple pie filling to top all of our pancakes, and this is a special plate just for you guys. What better way to say hello to fall with this apple pie pancake? It was delicious. Israel wanted to show off his little face with some vegan butter, and everyone just dug in and they enjoyed every bit of it. You don't even need the butter, it is good by itself. Next thing on the menu, it is chocolate and peanut butter waffles. This is a perfect example of when I really don't measure anything. We started with some flax eggs, some peanut butter. This is the brand that we use. We order it on Amazon. And the only ingredients is dry roasted organic peanuts and salt. We then added some coconut sugar. We just added however much we think we would need and some grapeseed oil. We then combined the flax egg into the mixture along with some hemp milk. We gave it a stir and it looked like it needed some water, so we just added a little bit of water here. We added some vanilla as well, or the rest of the bottle. Then I added some einkorn flour, this is just whatever that was left in the cupboard, as well as some organic cocoa powder for some chocolatiness. I knew we needed some baking powder to help it rise, so we added some baking powder here. And then I also grounded up some fresh spelt flour in our blender. Now that we've mixed everything, it looked like we needed just a little bit more liquid, so we added a little bit of water. We also added some leftover chocolate chips. You can really add any nuts, any seeds, any dried fruit you would like. This is just what we had, and we started cooking them on our waffle iron. And here is the delicious chocolatey, peanut buttery waffle for breakfast. The kids enjoyed it with a side of bananas. For our last breakfast, these are apple and cranberry muffins. This particular morning was a pretty busy morning. I woke up a little bit late, but I knew I wanted to make some breakfast with apples and cranberries. For these muffins, I did not measure. I added some grapeseed oil, a little bit of coconut sugar, some flax eggs, some flour that I have left over, some chopped up apples, and dried cranberries, as well as some sunflower seeds. I'm going to have all these ingredients listed down below just so you can see what goes in it, but really I did not measure. I added some cupcake liners into our muffin trays and just filled it up. We then baked this at 350 for about 35 minutes until a toothpick comes out clean, or a chopstick, and voila! These are the perfect on-the-go breakfast for busy kids or for busy moms. They just grab and go. They were moist and sweet and delicious. Isaiah was outside eating his while we were doing chores. He just woke up and he approves it. Last but not least, these are the easiest 3-ingredient peanut butter cookies. Okay, what do we got? What are we making today?
Peanut butter cookies.
Hopefully it's good. All right, ready?
Hopefully it's good.
Put all of that peanut butter in there. We first wanted to use up all of our peanut butter, so we just emptied about 2 cups worth of peanut butter here. We added about a cup of coconut sugar. And this is just oat flour that we ground in our Blendtec. We didn't measure this either, but I do have a recipe that I'm going to put down below. We added some vanilla and a little bit of coconut oil just to loosen the batter up because it was a little stiff to mix. Once it was mixed to a consistency that held up, we just hand rolled all of our cookies, and this is where the kids had the most fun. They were the most creative. They started making different shapes, using a fork to do the traditional peanut butter lines on them. They added blueberries, they added chocolate chips. They had fun. This would be a great recipe to do with your kids, obviously. It was so simple. And the kids could really enjoy themselves. You can have them make any kind of shapes they want. It's kind of like playing with Play-Doh, but you can eat it afterwards. We bake them at 350 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how crispy you would like them. And here they are when they were done. The kids really enjoyed their creations and they ate them all. We hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know in the comments below which recipe you're going to try next with your kiddos, and let us know which ones they loved the most. Be sure to like this video, and if you want more content like this, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye!